Morning. It's cold out here. We got some snow last night here in North Carolina. Typically don't see that. We got probably half an inch, 20 inch here in Denton. It was real cold last night. I think we got down in the low teens. See if the old Kubota will crank. Give her some glow plugs here for a minute. Oh yeah. Fired up like a kitten. So we're getting towards the end of January here, and we're preparing to go on a cruise. We're leaving out of Galveston, Texas. We're going with Matt and Kelly Griggs and a bunch of other farmers on a cruise called the Farmers Off the Farm. It's a carnival cruise. But anyway, we'll be there from the 25th, I think, like through the 2nd of February. Y'all will probably be seeing this after that. But anyway, we have a load of beans sold, contracted for January, so we have to get those loaded and hauled out before the end of January. So I'm leaving in 3 days, so we have to get ready to get a load of beans loaded. And the 830 is still down. I haven't got it finished up yet. So we're gonna get the John Deere 5055E. We got to get it unhooked from the disc and get it took down there to the bin site and get the auger hooked up, and then move it to the other bin site that we rented for the year so that we can get this load of beans hauled out here ASAP. So let's see if this 5055E will crank today. I noticed the battery has been getting a little weaker on it, but I'm hoping it'll crank. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna let her warm up a minute. I gotta go check on a few things while it's warming up. It's too cold. I don't want to jump right on it. Like I said, it got down to like 14 yesterday or last night, and this tractor ain't been cranked in several weeks. So behind us here is our grain auger. It's approximately 51 foot. This is an 8-inch in diameter auger. This thing's pretty much wore slap out, but we're going to try to get through it another season. But if there's any companies out there that want to demo out an auger or something, hit me up. So to move our auger, we have this hitch pin clevis setup that goes here in the tongue of the auger. It's a pretty simple setup. Oh my goodness. It's froze to the ground, y'all. This is not a North Carolina problem. We don't ever have this type of problem. Goodness gracious. We need some leverage. I'll take a 2x4 and see if we can get her. Good gosh. There we go. All right, now we just take, probably gonna have to dig out the frozen beans. Oh my goodness. So our hitch just slides in the end, and as a pin goes through there. But y'all can see our flighting is getting in some kind of bad condition. Really gonna have to pick us up an auger very soon. I usually use my little auger, but the PTO shaft, last time I used it, anyway, it broke. So let's go get the tractor. It's entirely too cold for this mess. God, this tire is shot. Honestly, guys, I'm not sure if this tire's gonna make it down to the bins. I see the wires hanging out of it. Oh, it's shot. If it suckered up and blow out, it'll be a miracle. I'm not gonna put any more than that in. All right, we gotta pull this thing up here, get it swung in that little hole, and go back down that way, and I gotta lower it down. Manpower. Who needs hydraulic power when you have manpower? I can say that on the way down, on the way up, not so much. All right, we got her swung around. Let's get headed towards the bin site, about 3 miles away. Made her to the bin site. All we gotta do is pull the truck in here now, hook the tractor up, and ready to roll. Too cold for this mess today. Morning. Here's our ride for the morning. That's right. We're gonna get to drive the truck down to the bin site and load it up and bring it back. This is what we need. 30 or 32 foot dump trailer, and it's a Mack semi. Anyway, let's see if this thing will crank. Get her down there and get her loaded. Cold. Gosh, it's cold here, y'all. I am so sick and tired of winter. It's not even funny. It's well below freezing tonight. Into this morning, probably in the low teens, mid to low teens anyway. Stuff don't want to crank. Stuff's frozen. I'm freezing. I'm cold. Waiting on the air to build up here on the brakes in this Mack. I think this is like a CH613. This is kind of what my brother and I have looked at for us when we decided to get one. Thing I bought the combine that y'all have probably now seen in the last video. Probably not gonna happen this year on buying a truck, or at least not till later in the year, unless I stumble upon some money. I try to typically buy all my equipment outright if I can. Not saying that anybody that gets loans, anything, not saying that's bad. I prefer not to have any loans, and then if for some reason I have a bad year of crops, I don't have to worry really. But anyway, a setup similar to this, you're gonna be looking at least 30 grand probably. So might be a little while, but we're gonna get one of these days. They're too cool and too big of a asset to not have one, especially with us hauling chicken litter and stuff as well. So let's get this thing warmed up, aired up, and then we're gonna head to the house. It's been a long time since I drove a tractor trailer, y'all, so this might be interesting. I haven't driven one since we graduated from our trucking school in the end of October. It's now almost February. Let the trailer air up here and get it ready. Right back into rhythm. I feel like I did pretty well considered. Didn't grind but a couple times. Anyway, we've made it here to the bin site. Right here, the single bin. I'm gonna get turned in here. Well, she's ready for a load of beans. Let's load her up. If I can get down here without breaking my neck. Oh! I came over here and cranked the 5055E, so it's already warmed up. All we should have to do is start running this sucker. Going in the truck. Now we just hurry up and wait. Wait till it fills the front pretty close to the top. Pull forward a little bit and do it all the way till we get to the back. And that's all there is to this. Sit out here in the sunshine and soak in what little bit of warmth we can. It is cold. So today we're loading out soybeans. We've had our soybeans in this bin for 3-4 months now. We take them out of the bin via this auger, then run them into our semi truck via this long auger. The John Deere uses this PTO to power the long auger to move the beans into the truck. Once the truck's loaded, we take it about 2 hours away to Fayetteville, North Carolina to sell our beans. The bean markets have finally jumped up a little bit, so we sold a load. We probably got another load and a half or 2 loads left. And we'll be done with beans for the 2024 crop season. Well guys, we got her loaded. Truck driver's here, ready to haul it off. I'm letting the 5055E here cool off a minute. And I got to pull the hopper off the auger. But we're pretty much ready to pack her up. We'll be ready for the next time we haul some beans off. Well, truck driver's gone. I got the hopper moved. I got the 5055E kind of stuck in behind this bin so nobody will see it, hopefully from the road, and want to borrow it. Just want to kind of touch base a little bit with statistics here. So that truck should hold, we're going to say 1,000 bushels. I sold 1,000 bushels. I'm a very small time farmer, so you know I don't have the ability to market grain like a lot of you guys. You know, 20, 30 loads. I don't have that amount yet. Maybe one day. But anyway, so that 1,000 bushel load at what I sold it at, I think I sold it at $10.55 a bushel. I think's what I got. So that truckload there will be worth about $10,550, give or take. All right, put this into perspective. You know, all of our input costs and stuff are pretty much the same as they were when I started. Excuse me. Most of our inputs are actually higher than when I started 4 years ago. All right. Well, this truckload that was worth $10,500 now was worth $16,000 then. Guys, that's a big difference in money. That's, you know, $4,000 to $5,000 just depending on when you sold them back then. And all of our inputs and stuff the same price. Something's gonna have to change. I don't know what's gonna have to happen, but I know some of these big farmers, it's gotta be laying a hurting on y'all. But anyway, I'm not complaining, but you know, it does suck that prices are that shabby now, but it is what it is. You gotta take the good times and the bad times. So appreciate you guys watching this little video on us loading out our grain. Hopefully it gives y'all a better understanding of what I have to do to get my grain out of the bins and to the customer, to the market. But anyway, y'all have a good one. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.